you doing?
Featuring an attractive, apparently ageless cast, most of whom come equipped with supernatural powers, with mystic falls, fascinating past, The Vampire Diaries has just about everything, including teen angst, dramatic tension, and crush-worthy creatures of the night. There are only a few television shows that have a massive fan base behind them, and The Vampire Diaries is one of them. Wanting all the juicy details of what went down with the cameras weren't on is only natural. We've got you covered. In today's video, we'll uncover the behind-the-scenes secrets of our favorite paranormal drama, The Vampire Diaries. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice, so be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Nina Dobrev reportedly quit because she was heartbroken. When characters fall in love on stage, what happens to the actors? The Vampire Diaries stars Nina Dobrev and Ian Somerhalder fall in love right on the TV show. It happened that their characters fell in love, but it didn't stop there. Their love was evident in the way they looked at each other. It was undeniable. Ian and Nina became a couple and were in a serious relationship for a while. But it wasn't meant to be. Many fans of the TV show believed that's why Nina chose to leave the show. Apparently, Nina didn't like that the man she used to love was already in a new relationship with Nikki Reed, who happened to be one of her good friends. It's no surprise that she didn't want to be around him anymore. Who would want to be? There was too much romantic drama off-screen. Usually, when there's a lot of on-screen drama happening, you would think that it would stay there. After all, a lot of television cast members boast about being one big happy family. Well, it's true in some situations. The Vampire Diaries had a lot of romantic drama on the set, and it was starting to get to the characters. It was rumored that Ian cheated on Nina 2 different times. Once, he was with another co-star, and later, he was with Nikki Reed. It's not completely clear if he was with Nikki after making a clean break with Nina, or if their relationships overlapped. If there was really an affair going on, then it's too bad. Ashlee Simpson almost played Elena Gilbert. There's no way we're picturing someone else as Elena. Sometimes it feels like Nina Dobrev was born into the role. She was destined to play Elena from the onset. The CW was interested in having Ashlee Simpson play the character of Elena Gilbert. That would have meant her starring in the TV show as Elena instead of Nina. Ashlee Simpson isn't the only actress they wanted for the role. Ashley Tisdale from the High School Musical franchise was offered the part, but she turned it down. Instead, Ashley went on to star in Hellcats, which was only given 1 season on the CW. After seeing Nina with the Salvatore brothers, we're sure everyone will agree she's perfect as Elena. Nina Dobrev didn't just act as the main actress in the TV show. She became Elena. Nina's first audition was horrific. Seeing Nina Dobrev perfect the lead actress role in the romantic drama, we assumed it was a smooth ride for her right from the beginning. Securing the role with competition from some of the bigger stars was challenging enough. Nina's initial audition also went pretty badly. Show creator Julie Plec told EW, "The funniest story about the first impression of Nina is that she didn't make an impression. None of us remembered seeing her for the first time." Half of those in Nina's situation rarely make it to the limelight. It's amazing that despite her bad composition and lack of preparation for the role, she really wanted it. Something about her passion was captivating and magical. Paul Wesley auditioned 15 times. Nina Dobrev was not alone in her bad audition experience. Hearing about the behind-the-scenes stories of your favorite movies never fails to be amusing, coupled with the fact that auditions can be some of the best tales ever. When Paul Wesley was in the running to play Stephen, he auditioned 15 whole times. Yeah, you heard that right, 15 times. That might be pretty hard to believe since he is the perfect Stephen. He has the looks, the charms, and the charisma. What more? Paul Wesley must have been super excited when he finally got the part, right? Talk about the understatement of the year. Paul Wesley originally auditioned for the role of Damon. Vampire Diaries had a specific age range in mind when they started casting their characters. They had already pictured a young boy featuring Stephen. Paul Wesley was too old to play the role. It wasn't until Ian Somerhalder was cast that they agreed to consider Paul for the role of Stephen. Despite later discovering her dislike for Paul Wesley, don't rush, we're still getting there, Nina was the one who vouched for him. She felt Paul stood out from the rest of the candidates because he was the only one who wasn't trying too hard. Paul and Nina despised each other. We know you're curious to hear this part, so here's the gist. Apparently, Nina and Paul despised each other for the first few months of filming. In an interview with her TVD co-stars, Candace King and Kayla Ewell, on their podcast, Nina revealed some underlying emotions. She told the girls that nobody could have guessed that she and Paul didn't get on. I remember everyone would walk up to me after the show aired and they'd be like, "Are you and Paul dating in real life?" Because everyone thought that we had such good chemistry. Indeed, it's a thin line between love and hate. The Salvatores had completely different names. Although Damon and Steven Salvatore are legendary characters in both the TV series and the original book series, the writers almost made a huge mistake. We don't know exactly why that happened, but they did. The producers of the show originally had Damon and Steven's last name as Whitmore for seemingly no reason. Thankfully, they changed it back to Salvatore before the show went to air. Seventh Heaven star rejected. When The Vampire Diaries was accepting auditions for various roles, Gallagher already saw the prospect of the TV show becoming a hit. David Gallagher played Simon Camden in the long-running WBCW show Seventh Heaven. David auditioned for the roles of both Salvatore brothers. Unfortunately, David was rejected for both characters. Creator Julie Plec said about the initial tryouts, "He impressed us so much originally, but the producers weren't sure if he could get past the whole Seventh Heaven typecast." Fans hated Elena's casting. Elena is much different in the books. In L.J. Smith's book series of the same name, Elena Gilbert has blonde hair and blue eyes. Their distinct features were too difficult for the book lovers to handle because it seemed to have shattered the perfect picture they had of the character. Elena Gilbert isn't your average heroine. She's a mean, popular girl who is always able to get what she wants. Nothing at all like the TV Elena. Wondering what changed? Reasonably, the show made a conscious decision to make her a gorgeous girl next door. Somerhalder was almost on a different vampire show. Somerhalder always wanted to play a vampire or be in a vampire show, so he knew what he was getting into when he auditioned for The Vampire Diaries as Damon. That wasn't his first experience on a blood-sucking show. A year before, he auditioned for the part of Jason Stackhouse on True Blood, but he never managed to cinch the part. Lucky for us, he looks the part. Ian wanted his character to die. It might seem that while things were hard for Nina Dobrev after her breakup with Ian, he was busy enjoying his romantic life with his new girlfriend. It's probably not true. When Damon passed away in season 5, it was super sad for fans to see him die after they'd grown to love him. Ian was behind this idea, and he actually wanted his character to die. That might be hard to believe because it's not something that you hear every day, right? But this is what Ian wanted. It was rumored that he wanted this because of his breakup with Nina Dobrev and because of the awkwardness that it caused. Nina was not the only one having a hard time here after all. Thankfully, he did come back for the 6th season and final 8th season. Catherine was originally a minor character. Appearing in flashback, it was revealed how Catherine Pierce had seduced and ultimately turned both Damon and Steven into vampires. Catherine was originally supposed to be a minor character and only in the show for a season, but the positive audience reaction brought her back in a big way. And that's not the end of her lore either. The ending was almost different. Spoiler alert on some of these next ones. As the show came to a gradual end, there were lots of opinions about how it should come to a close, and some of the endings are downright scandalous. The showrunners agonized over which brother should die, and the pendulum swung the other way more than once. Steven and Elena were originally supposed to end up together. Following Nina Dobrev's decision to leave the show, it threw a major twist into the plot, and that led to the only one end. The show had to be sped up, and Dobrev's last episode in season 6 included her promising herself to Damon. In season 8, the show honored that promise and made Damon live and Steven die. However, it could have been different. Creator was apprehensive about making TVD. Creator Kevin Williams almost didn't want to make The Vampire Diaries. The concept was too Twilight. He wanted to do something more like The Twilight Zone. However, he felt The Vampire Diaries was Dark Shadows enough to work with Julie Plec in creating the show. As he read the first book in the series, he thought, this is Twilight. This is just like Twilight. Fleck encouraged him to continue reading, which prompted Williamson to realize that it was different. While the basic premise is similar, the Vampire Diaries had vastly different themes. Even if you're on the fence about vampires, werewolves, and witches, The Vampire Diaries still delivers one of the best paranormal romance dramas ever brought to our TV screens. And with that, we've come to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching.